whoa. Ha, 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 ha. Oop, wrong. Ooh, it is 11:11. Okay, hey, so happy almost Mars Day. Yeah, so happy Moon Day. No, happy. Oh, sorry. Happy almost Mercury Day, but happy Mars Day. I hope you're doing well. I am the truth, and you are too. Welcome to this week's Mercury Day Energy Reading. I appreciate anyone who stops by, anybody who watches, anyone who supports. I really appreciate you. Everything you need to know is in the description box of this video for you to see my email, my social media, my Venmo, my Cashapp if you would like to donate or tip, which is very much appreciated and helpful. And the information to book a reading with me, all of that is in the description box of this video for you to see. I'm going to be channeling with the Caribbean, West Indies spirits who are supporting the collective highest good and the highest good. And if you hear any extra sounds in the background, I apologize in advance. Life is life, and I'll handle it if it gets too much. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. That's very much appreciated and it's helpful. Let's get into this week's Mercury Day Energy Reading. Okay. Oops. I'm actually going to just do this over again too. Oh, wow. Nice. Top of the deck, you as you're watching this right now is the full moon and Gemini card. We're coming out of the full moon and Gemini card and entering full moon in Cancer. So that's interesting. Oh, okay. So for this week's Mercury Day Energy Reading, the topic is truth. The card that came out is the World card, or known as the Universe card in this deck. Bottom of the deck, which is a summary of that card, is the Heart Chakra card. It's very interesting because like the solar plexus chakra card is right after it, and I've been feeling green and yellow lately. Very interesting. But yeah, top of the deck usually watching this right now is the three of swords, heartache and loss. To clarify the world card, you got the five of pentacles card. You've got the emperor. You got, and then what came out together are the moon card and the hermit card. They came out together. It's interesting because this is green yellow again. And then there's something with like the heart chakra, the solar plexus chakra, something with green and yellow. Maybe some of you guys been seeing it too. Is emphasizing on the moon as well, the full moon, which is in this here, and also the fact that the moon card is here as well. Something about the emphasis on like maybe there's something about mushrooms as well. Because I had a thought about mushrooms randomly too. And I chose the deck. And now, okay, so the first oracle card that came out for that topic is play, and this is the mushrooms here. And then the other card from other oracle card we have here is your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon. I wonder if there's something about like being able to stay, something about heart as light as a feather, or like being able to stay, like keep your eye focused on whatever it is, or on joy or something despite things happening. I don't know. Let's see. And I'm drinking lime water. Something about like the people that you socialize with, interact with, mingle with, your environment, society. Something about your communication as well. Something about foundation, home, stability, protection. And then some of you may have been seeing like ascending numbers. It could be one, two, three. I see three, four, five here. So something about the ascending numbers. Ooh, there's also a closing of a cycle as well. A closing of a cycle. So there's something they've been saying that a lot, and I guess because like I said, we're coming out of, or we just came out of the Gemini full moon, and going into the Cancer full moon. Gemini is could be about like socializing and yeah, socializing and all that stuff, and like communication, and Cancer, which we're going into, moon is going into, is about like home, foundation, stability. Maybe there's something about feeling safe, especially like something about home and feeling safe, secured, protected, especially around, especially like with groups, like with who you associate with. Maybe there's something here for you guys, a message about associating with people, with groups, who or people, whatnot, who make you feel safe, make you feel protected, make you feel at home. Maybe feeling like you can trust and just feel safe and secured. There's an ending and it's like you're moving forward or maybe expanding or whatnot. Your friendship group or expanding this concept here. Or it's like you're ascending, you're going past something, but there's an ending of a cycle. And then something heavy with the moon, could be the full moon that we're currently in, especially that at top of the deck. You as you're watching this right now, and this deck here is the answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. It could be something about communication. Excuse me. There could be something about communication as well. It's interesting because there is something that could be talking about like taking charge. Now that something about wrapping up or whatnot, things wrapping up and then taking charge. But then we have the moon and the hermit card here, which feels like secretive, feels like privacy, feels like feels like secretive, feels privacy, feels like underneath or whatnot. Something about a closing out of a cycle or just like a conclusion of things or whatnot, things wrapping up and like maybe something about like taking control of your life by keeping things under wraps, like keeping things private. Maybe some of you guys are like going into your shell, you guys are going into isolation or whatnot to take control of things in your life. Maybe this is something you guys are doing. I mean, you as you're watching this right now, it is the Three of Swords, heartache and loss. So maybe that's partly what it is or whatnot. Something about don't lose your wits about you as well, especially the way the cards are placed or whatnot. The heart chakra card is right above the play card or whatnot. I don't know. I'm getting something about like you know, as a wrap of a thing. Things are wrapping up, closing out, and stuff like that. Things are moving, things are changing, shifting, and all that stuff. Maybe you are going towards better and all that stuff in terms of like foundation, um, or in terms of your environment, who you surround yourself with. Maybe you are going towards um maybe you're going towards more people, society, environments that allow you to feel your inner child, or just you may allow your inner child or allow you to feel like you can have your heart open and express your inner child, like you feel safe enough to do so. And there's something about like taking charge, things are wrapping up, taking charge of that, like taking charge of your life, and it's like by going in isolation, be careful with that. For sure, if you're healing and stuff like that, but be careful that like you don't block off some you don't block off like who and what is like good for you and could be home to you or whatnot. There's some type of loss in general here. It could be a lot of things for y'all, honestly. I honestly, since I said that in the beginning, I feel like it's mainly for a lot of you guys, though it is like, um, your environment, your home, and it could be like those who surround you, maybe family, um, or something about that loss, maybe family, maybe um those something about those who make you feel safe or something like that. I want to read the Emperor card in this deck. Stability, discipline. Oh, that's funny because that's discipline is something that's in my Mercury Day message. So yeah, stability, discipline, dependability, and leadership. Yeah, I'm getting that a little bit. That's what how I can see it. It's like, and this could seem like boundaries as well that you possibly are setting or something like that. I feel like there's just like it could be a boundary you're setting or just make a change in like how you who you interact with, how you interact with people and all that stuff. I feel like maybe some of you guys could be moving. That could be very few because it's not really that prominent in here. But like some of you are changing like your environment or like who you surround yourself with. And I feel like some of you are becoming more private or should become more private or something like that. It's like you're taking control of your life. It's just so interesting the way it's coming out. Like, there's the World card, then the Moon card, then the Hermit card. It feels like closing out. Be discerning, like discerning or like be discerning or find a balance in like yes, the privacy of like going in isolation, privacy or whatnot, but also like be careful of like closing out your heart chakra or like the wits about you or heart as light as a feather. And it's so interesting. Like Three of Swords is right above the card. Your commitment is being tested. Isn't that interesting? And some of you are going through this Three of Swords. I just feel like don't let anything just change you for the worse at least. It's giving me like I forgot whose reading I did that for or whatnot earlier this week, but like there could be disappointments, breakups, loss, heartache, and all that stuff, right? But needing to keep like the same energy, like not letting this heartbreak, this disappointment, this loss change you for the worse in a way. Something about having your heart as light as a feather, still keep being lighthearted in a way. I just find it interesting the moon card and the hermit card together, they came out together. That just gives me a whole like underneath thing or like isolation or like you're going to hide in the dark or something like that. The only thing I could think of is like to reflect like this moon cycle. I'm getting like with the moon card, even though it doesn't really mean that. Sometimes I get like now I'm getting it's something about like the moon cycle as well, like reflecting as well. And they're talking about this whole moon cycle. You know why? Because okay, bottom of the deck, which is a summary of like the card that came out, the Oracle card that came out, we have the waxing crescent moon here, and it says be bold and make the first move. Sounds Aries like, and then top of the deck, you as you're watching this right now, the waxing crescent moon, after the waxing crescent moon usually is the first quarter moon. So I mean, that could be something about like last week and the couple days before last week, something about that. So it could be prominent. So like from the 14th of December up until the 20th, something could have been super prominent, maybe, or just something about this moon. It could be prominent to the moon cycle. Ooh, it's 23:32. I have my phone on military time, so shows 23:32. So there could definitely be something about reflection as well. I was thinking about the moon and like the ocean and the water and reflection. So something about that. Um, wow, and Gemini. Okay, so we're in Cancer, right? The full moon in Cancer. We're going into it, we're in it. But before that was the full moon in Gemini. And Gemini are the twins. So it's interesting. The saying something about reflection and all that stuff and the twins. Maybe like so there's something with this moon cycle, specifically the wax and crescent moon and the first quarter moon of this moon cycle. Um from the 14th to the 20th, and something about up to the full moon and reflecting possibly on like your environment, who you associate with. Oh, maybe you feel like your environment, who you associate with, you're seeing how like it's like your reflection or something like that. And it's just something about you like possibly maybe seeing like reflecting, something about reflecting, either you're going to or you did or something like that, but something underneath. And maybe some of you guys put yourself in isolation during this full moon or during this like moon cycle, and something about taking control of your life, and in that isolation like reflecting in a way. This sounds like so non-cohesive for the title that it is. This highly heavily has to do with like who you associate with, like the groups you're around and all that stuff, who you mingle with, and your environment. I don't know. So the way I'm saying it too, it feels like the you may have looked around and you notice like your environment and you were like, is this who I am? Or like it's something about it gave you reflection, or you had to like sit back and reflect. And it's interesting that the world card is what came out because like it's like a full circle thing. Like now that it's the full moon, it's like the full cycle is a full circle thing. And then it's like within all of this, they say to keep, I feel like that's the test. Because I've been saying that like for the readings lately, like to even when you are going through disappointment, heartache, or weird shit or whatnot, they keep saying to don't change, like don't let it change you. Um, keep your heart as light as a feather, like or whatnot. And if it changes you, maybe for the better. There's something with the number 3 here. Again, it could be Gemini. I mean, you could be Gemini or like the Gemini full moon that we came out of. And something about, I'm telling you, closing of a cycle or closing of things, it like made you take charge, I feel like, of your life or take charge of something or whatnot. And either also in the same breath, the conclusion or the closing out of things could have revealed stuff that was underneath, or like you reflected and it revealed stuff that was underneath. That the full moon could illuminate something that was underneath. You taking charge of your life, and part of that could be like you going into isolation and reflecting. Something about reflecting. I keep seeing like when it's nighttime on the beach and the full moon is out and it reflects onto the water. I was seeing that, like just going to the beach at night when it's a full moon and seeing the reflection of the full moon on the water. Something with the number three. I don't know. Some of y'all, did y'all take shrooms or not? Something about shrooms. Man, I don't know how to explain that. Because I feel like I kind of know, but I don't know how to explain it properly. Some of y'all are in some type of lack or missing, or you feel like you're missing something, some type of lack, or you feel like you're missing something, or there's some type of loss. I want to kind of say that I don't know, someone is like homeless or something like that, like you don't have a home right now, or you just don't have something right now. Loss, hardship, and struggle. Yeah, some of you guys just maybe something just maybe like a struggle right now. There's loss. Some of you feel empty or something like that. There's something about emptiness, loss, struggle, and there's something about like I feel like looking around, like you looked around and this was your environment. 313 I see. There's something we're looking around and you saw your environment and you may have seen that you're in the Five of Pentacles. Hmm. And then something about that maybe like it made you take charge, take action, and something about um like the conclusion of something, a wrap up of something. And it could be like the moon cycle and the moon like literally shining, it's light, or it's sun's or the sun's reflection of it. But yeah. Or just shining its light in the dark, like showing what's underneath or something like that. Also, it could be like you isolating and reflecting something about the subconscious and yeah, reflecting on what's underneath and something about that is like taking control of your life or seeing this wrap up, like just going to isolation and reflecting on that. And then it's just there, like, it doesn't even transition or anything. Maybe you just need to hear that part. Something about keep like, literally keep your heart as light as a feather, keep your heart open, especially your heart, maybe your solar plexus chakra too, something about being confident in your heart chakra and everything like that. It's good, and then it's like inner child or like, yeah, play. There currently may be losses going around you, disappointments, hurt, breakups, heartache, and all that stuff. But I guess you are being tested. I guess what to see whether or not you can weather the storm and stay in your posture, stay who you are despite loss and tragedy and hurt and emptiness going on. Whether you can keep your heart open, whether you can keep your wits about you, whether you can keep your heart as light as a feather, that is being possibly being tested. Interesting. And all this somehow has to do with your environment, people you associate with, you mingle with, and like feeling safe. You know what's giving me that? It doesn't have to be that, but you know what's giving me as I'm about to say that, I'm saying all that, like feeling safe and amongst groups or whatnot, is given, and they're saying to stand in your posture no matter what and keep your heart as light as a feather and everything. You never change for anyone. You keep your, I always say authenticity is your filter. Authenticity is your filter. So you never change or budge or whatnot because whoever leaves or does not F with like your authenticity of who you are is definitely not supposed to be there. If you change or whatnot for these people and stuff like that, I mean, of course you're gonna receive that type of people and environment. You're gonna be in environments that eventually you're not gonna like because like you're not being yourself despite adversity. And if I mean it seems like there's something about like reflection and like looking around and being like, yo, how like what how the did I get here? Or like how do I have these people around me? And it's like because you may have attracted them. You may have attracted this environment. Ooh, and that is a hard truth. I know there's a lot of situations, I get it. Mhm. And then I'm gonna say this real quick and move on. It also gave me that flash of this thing where like that's where my mindset had to change. I'm telling you, it's a trap, it's a trap. Um, it's this whole thing of like, okay, yeah, maybe you've been heartbroken or disappointed. Somebody disappointed you or you went through things. Oh, that's it. Not allowing any of that to become your identity because like or like validating that trauma. You're not supposed to validate it. You're not supposed to like make it your identity or anything like that. I always say you're supposed to acknowledge and that's it. Like you have to get in this like mindset of acknowledging that's what happened, reflect, and all that stuff. But like so that like, you could you could not search, you can acknowledge like red flags or signs that in any other things going forward in other environments or other social groups, the red flags or like the signs of it, but like also but like not like that's how you manifest it, not like being paranoid about it or looking for it or like say if you been cheated on, oh, all people cheat or something like that. and then you go and you try again, somebody you go with somebody, and then, like, you kinda insinuate, and then, like, maybe somebody cheats, and you're like, "Oh, I knew they would cheat because everybody cheats. You're not supposed to validate it," or something like that. You acknowledge that, and you reflect, and then you kinda, like, adjust and, adjust in a way. So, I guess it won't happen again, or you're more careful with who you attract. Because if you validate it, you're like, "Yeah, this always happens." Like, "Yeah, it's always these people," or "It's always this." Um, it's validating it, therefore manifesting it. It was giving me a little bit of that. Acknowledge, but don't absorb it. Don't make that your identity, because that's changing you, right? You need to keep your heart as light as a feather. So something like that. That's where the reflection comes in, and taking charge of your life. Maybe you're saying, all I know is heartache and pain. All I know is this. No, that's not all you know. Don't do that to yourself. Also, just something about keeping your heart open. I heard something about people or somebody say that, like, children are very forgiving. They're way more forgiving than adults. Feel like it's the heart chakra thing, and it's the innocence and purity before, like, stuff starts affecting them as they get older and experience more. I don't really want to say that because I feel like I don't think that's what that is. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. Yeah, there's something with the number three for you guys too. Maybe sometimes y'all see 333, or there's something in threes. Maybe it's just a third sign, which is Gemini. Yeah. Okay, let's read this one. Play. Hindus refer to the creation of the universe not as the work of God, but as the play of God. In our own creation of our lives, we can get so caught up in checklists and traffic jams that we forget to have fun and and to dance with life. Dance, dance the dance of life. Is that what Peter Griffin said? Dance the dance of life. Engaging in play, whether that's singing in the shower or doing improv comedy, means that you are in the here and now. You are co-creating with the universe. Allow your heart to find the beat of life and remember to play. Life is a great big canvas. Throw all the paint you can at it. And this is by Danny K. I said something like that for Scorpios. I was like, maybe, like, yes, there's heartache and all that stuff, but maybe you just gotta shake some ass to let go of that, like, energy and that stagnancy and that energy. You know what I mean? I was saying that, like, there's some heartache and stuff, but not sticking in it or something. Here's the other one. This is the your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon. There could be some challenges coming your way, but they're just the universe's way of testing you. The first quarter moon calls for you to face any hurdles with confidence. What do you actually think is possible? If you think you can't do it, then you probably can. If you spend if you spend your life affirming that something is too big for you to surmount, it probably is. See how it works? This is literally what I was just saying. Validating that you're not good at something or whatnot, or validating something negative. It will actually, the universe is gonna be like, okay, you can't. There's something about that I um learned about or somebody spoke about or whatnot. So see how it works. Do you believe your dream? I'm gonna say it again. What do you actually think is possible? If you believe you can do it, then you probably can. If you spend your life affirming that something is too big for you to surmount, it probably is. See how it works. Do you believe your dreams will come true, or have you secretly already given up? And this is so talking about the children. Hold on. Talking about the children thing, right? So just a random funny thing too. Um, I remember we were in college. We went to a friend's house for, the holiday dinner and all that stuff, right? And one of my classmates brought her daughter. And like there was this thing where like at one point her daughter fell and she didn't cry, but the fact that we all saw her fall and we kind of was like, and she was like, no, 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 no. She was like, don't do that, don't do that. Like, act like it's normal so that she gets back up. So it's that whole thing too. And then she got back up and was like, oh, it's okay. It's kind of like if we insinuate that it's like a bad thing or like it's like a, oh my God, are you hurt? She would go with it type of thing. But like, since she understood her daughter and stuff like that, and she we kind of like just like was like, okay, like you just fell, you could get right back up. She got right back up. There's something about that as well. Or like just not allowing like some type of disappointment, hurt, breakup, whatever this stuff is, make you feel like, oh, you can't try again, or you can't play again, or you gotta close your heart. That's what I mean. It feels like it starts to change you in a way. But yeah, showing some commitment now will help you move towards your desired outcome. Or maybe if some of you guys too, I mean, this is your environment and who you interact with. But let me give an example of like maybe a job or like something that you're working on. And it's like the whole thing with failure or mistakes, not allowing failure or mistakes to stop you from continuing to try. But in terms of like friendships, groups, um, foundation, like, if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. You can dust it off and try again. Like, continuing to get back up or continuing to try. I said this for someone. Continuing to try um new groups or whatnot. Not saying that, oh, all people are like this and just like giving up after that or something. Yeah. So, showing some commitment now will help you move towards your desired outcome. What you believe is what you believe to be true is true for you, so believe in yourself. Attuned to the moon, I am committed to my dreams and move towards them with confidence. Additional meanings for this card. The answer to your question is yes, but not yet. You're halfway to your goal. You still need to put in a bit more effort. Sometimes we just need to realize how much we want something. You need to recommit to someone or something. And then the teaching is in the lunar cycle, the first quarter moon comes between the new moon and the full moon. It's a time when the sun and moon are at a hard astrological angle to each other, and this can prompt a small crisis. No matter when you pull this card, you need to see any dramas as a stepping stone to where you want to be. It can also be a time when you need to stay strong through a storm. Yeah, so you need to like stand your ground or be like continue to be the same despite whatever is going on. Okay, I'm gonna say this and be discerning about it because it said it in here. And it's very, very interesante. I don't know which reading I said that for, but there was something about like It was a random one too. I forgot which one, if it was like it was recent though, either this week's or like the ending of last week. But I remember saying something about like not giving up on a relationship so easily. So something like that is a little bit here, like something about just because you may have choices, because top of the deck is three of swords, but then right after that is the seven of cups. Something about, yeah, and then right after that is the temperance card, patience. There's something about like breaking up, like feeling like you want to break up and like you're like you have other options out there, but there's something about being patient, sticking it through. That is for very few of y'all or one person or something like that, and have discernment because be careful of like holding your life back or whatnot for someone who doesn't really deserve it. But there's something about that there. Like maybe something about your commitment being tested when it comes to a breakup and having options, something about patience. It doesn't have to be that though. I honestly feel like despite like whatever loss or hurt that you're feeling, some type of emptiness, disappointment, you need to stand in yourself, like stand in who you are. Don't let that change you. Don't let that change your heart. Still have a wits about you. And there's something about a conclusion, a wrap up, and you reflecting, or the moon is like reflecting something, like something about the full moon or the moon or the moon cycle or something like that, and it's reflecting something, something about taking charge of your life, all that stuff. That's what I'm getting. And then um Capricorn is here. Capricorn, Virgo, possibly Cancer, possibly, yeah, Capricorn, Virgo, and possibly Cancer. The moon is going to be in Virgo next week on the 1st of January. We start the new year in Virgo moon and waning gibbous moon. And it's very interesting because I did say something about the first quarter moon, right? I said something about the 14th to the 20th could have been super prominent um because of the wax and crescent moon. That's when the wax and crescent moon started, and the last day for the first quarter moon was the 20th. So something about the 14th, no, the third, yeah, the 14th to the 20th of December. And Capricorn, right, is here. The the waxing crescent moon was in Capricorn. It started in Capricorn and it was in Capricorn on the 14th and the 15th. That could be significant for you. And Cancer could honestly be like there's something about a new start or starting fresh because my military time says zero, the four zeros, and then I saw 111. So something about a new start, a new fresh start, or something like that. Um, Going back to the basics. And then of course Cancer could be the Cancer moon that's full moon that we're in currently. So yeah, Capricorn, Cancer, they're also opposites of each other, and Virgo. You could be that sign. That sign could be in your chart. It could just be the energy of this reading. It could be the planetary placements, the stuff I just told you. So Capricorn, and Virgo and possibly Cancer. Excuse me, I'm trying to there's something about feeling safe, nurtured, and at home, stability. It just keeps coming back to that. Feeling safe, um, stable and at home, nurtured, and then there's something about discipline as well that may be hidden in there for sure. Discipline. Something about discipline and all that stuff could also feel stable and secure and safe. So I guess that's it. The Mercury Day Energy Reading, the topic truth. I don't know what type of truth that is. Maybe you had, that's what I'm saying. Maybe there's something about like a wrap up of stuff, something could have shown some type of truth. And well, I didn't read it that way either. So yeah, so some type of wrap up could have shown some type of truth and had you reflect and um take some type of control of your life to gain stability or be more instability, take action on that. And something about loss and all that stuff. Maybe also some type of loss of a foundation or like a friendship or a group who you associate with made you have to reflect maybe. Keep your heart as light as a feather. So it's who is that? Is that Nubis? And we are around that time or whatnot. I don't know how to explain it that well with Capricorn season and it's kind of like yeah, with your heart being weighed on a scale type of thing. It could be the Ma'at thing as well, the heart and the feather weighed on the scale, but or Anubis, either or. There's something about that, like a conclusion and like a wrap up, and there's something about your heart chakra and light as a feather. Some of y'all are just currently in heartache, heartbreak. You feel like you had a loss, disappointment. Some of y'all have some type of loss, okay? In some type of way. You had a loss, or there's some type of emptiness, and you're either taking charge by going inner, isolating, and reflecting on it. Like I said, looking around and being like, okay, why am I here? How did I attract these people? How did I get here? And then taking charge on that. Also, maybe just all the placements and the wrap up of like everything. Ooh, 555, I just saw. Maybe the wrap up of everything, like it just showed like it showed something. It showed loss, it showed emptiness, it showed lack or something, or it showed something that you needed to reflect on, or it just showed things or whatnot. Maybe about stability and amongst like your environment or like and or with people you associate with. There's something about it's just interesting how they're saying that. Like, I feel like even amongst that, I feel like the way you go about that is being tested. Like, the way you go about everything is being tested, and it all has to do with your heart being as light as a feather. Maybe as things die and, um, you lose it or something like that. Like, you as things die and things are lost and stuff like that. Interesting. All right, that is it, dearest people, for this week's Mercury Day Energy Reading, the topic truth. If you would like a personal reading, you can visit my Linktree or you can email me to set up a day and time. They both will be in the description box for you to see. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. That's very much appreciated and it's helpful. Peace out, y'all. Have a great day or night and all that stuff. Toodaloo. Bye.